like I told you earlier, I have your marketing liaison and your medical liaison. Your marketing liaison focuses on businesses of any kind, and the medical is kind of my medical specialty arm of my company. I'm just here to tell you that these girls that presented today are fabulous, and everything that they said is true and important. And if you follow, especially the branding that this gal just mentioned, as your foundation, and even if you've had your business 20 years, it's okay. You can go back and get your branding in place. It's super important. It leads to everything else that people like I and Alex do. Super easy, from your branding to your brand guidelines. Like she said, building your website, everything follows after that. So don't be afraid to go back and rebrand. Unlike Twitter, sometimes a rebrand is necessary, okay? And these girls can tell you why and tell you if you need to rebrand. So for my company, we do things, well, I'll tell you what we do that's different than most marketing agencies. And it's the bread and butter of my business. We do what's called field marketing. And people often say, what is field marketing? Field marketing is old school door-to-door marketing, which is basically like the vacuum salesperson, if you would, going door to door. But we do it business to business. So we work with business owners to target their target market of what other types of business owners that they want to work with. And I use an example. I have a client we just did a website for. He's a plumber in Las Vegas. And he was like, oh, build a website, and then we could do some Google ads. And I was looking at him. He's been in business a long time. He's a small business. He needs business now, not tomorrow. And he's really hurting. And so I was like, you can spend $1,000 a month on Google ads, but here's the challenge. You are going to be competing against major plumbing companies that are going to put you underwater. Your $1,000 a month is nothing compared to the guy that's spending 10, 15, 20 grand a month. So your impact's going to not have as much as you think it would have. However, how many people do you think are out doing field marketing? He's like, well, what is field marketing? I said, field marketing would be where I go out on your behalf and talk to businesses that can refer you business. He goes, well, let's talk about that. I said, well, who would be a good referral source for you? He goes, general contractors, electricians, landscapers, painters, anybody basically that doesn't do plumbing. I'm like, great, let's get my team out in the field with your brochures and your information and go talk to these people and get your information to them. We can set up, if somebody says they're interested, we can set up meetings between you and those business owners. And it's basically probably the #1 way to get business, especially in the digital market space, guys. The digital market space is saturated, okay? So you should have it, like I tell everybody, you should have social media and you should have a website. Why? Because you need an online presence. And people always say to me, is social media gonna help my SEO? Absolutely, 100% it is, because Google is ranking you based on your online presence. If you don't have social media, you don't have online presence. You might have a website, but that's about it. So Google's ranking you based on that, so social media presence is important, and make sure you get with somebody like myself or Alex to do your social media. Why? Because if you go with a 1-800 company, you're not speaking to the owner, you're speaking to somebody that doesn't care about you. So with Alex or myself, you're gonna deal with me directly. Yes, I have a team, I have director of operations, I have people that you're gonna be working with in my company, but if there's a problem or you're not happy, and Gina can tell you this because I do her social media, if she's not happy, guess who she contacts? Me, or Alex, okay? A couple tips for you, and I'll wrap it up. Make sure you have your Google My Business page set up. Very important. Make sure your Google business page, and go check all the boxes, make sure everything's done, okay? Again, Google AdWords, if you're spending a bunch of money on that, look at your competition. If you're in a business that has huge competitors spending thousands of dollars on their ad campaign, maybe put those dollars somewhere else, okay? Maybe put it into field marketing. That would probably be bringing you some more business quicker. And what was the other thing I want to tell you guys? If you're spending a lot of money on your website every month with a company, don't do that. Don't do that. Your website should be running you 25 bucks a month for your hosting, okay? And then spend the money on organic SEO. Do a blog. Make sure you're updating your website every month. Hire somebody like me or Alex to help you with that. But I hate it when I hear people that are spending $1,500 a month on a website. That should not be happening. It happens all the time. People are spending tons of money on their websites, and it's unnecessary. You can put that money into your own blog, your own marketing, and that's all I got.